Best Picture? It sounds like a category at the World Photography Awards, but films are pictures too. They're motion pictures. The Best Picture award has been presented by the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Science since 1929. It is also closely linked to the Best Director award, since one film usually ends up winning both awards. This year, a total of 9 films were nominated for Best Picture. It's a tight race, and we can't wait to see who will take home the award. The award will be presented on the 9th of February during 92nd Annual Academy Awards ceremony. Here are the Best Picture nominees ranked according to their scores on Rotten Tomatoes. Joker, 69%. It's a bit surprising that a film with 96% score ended up having the most nominations. The movie might be called Joker, but humor doesn't live here. The film is extremely dark. Nobody ever thought that DC villains would one day be more popular than the superheroes, and there's even more villainy coming with films such as Birds of Prey. In Joker, Arthur Fleck desires a career in stand-up comedy, but his jokes are as dry as a gunslinger's boot in a spaghetti western. He also suffers from a condition that makes him laugh uncontrollably. When bullies pick on him inside a train, he kills them all and breaks bad, becoming the villain we all know as Joker. Jojo Rabbit, 80%. Taika Waititi went from directing the CGI-heavy Thor Ragnarok to directing this movie. The man deserves a round of applause. While directors like Scorsese tend to concentrate on specific genres, directors like Waititi enjoy making films about anything. Jojo Rabbit takes us to the height of the Second World War. A young German boy, Roman Griffin Davis, is shocked to discover that his mother, Scarlett Johansson, has a conscience, and she's hiding a Jewish girl in their home. The boy has grown up being taught some extremely prejudiced lessons and told to view Jews as bad, so this puts him in a dilemma. Roman Griffin Davis is also rumored to be the star of the upcoming Home Alone remake. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 89%. Tarantino came back with a vengeance after the previous film, The Hateful Eight, failed to scoop any major awards. He also made sure to enlist 2 of his favorite actors, DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, to make sure nothing went wrong. And nothing did go wrong. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood might be a mosaic, but it's a superb film. The film follows Rick Dalton, a former star of a Western TV series, and Cliff Booth, his stunt double. The two are struggling to find gigs because Hollywood is changing before their eyes. 1970, 90%. It's been called the World War I version of Saving Private Ryan. Director Sam Mendes would beg to differ though. 1917 has many unique elements, including the long shot film technique where the camera never leaves the 2 main protagonists. Mendes already won a Golden Globe for Best Director, and he's likely to scoop the award again at the Oscars. 1917 follows 2 British soldiers on the battlefield during the First World War. The 2 are sent by their commanding officer to deliver a message to the British 7th Division that will stop them from being ambushed by the Germans. The stakes are high, because one of the soldiers has a brother in the 7th Division. Ford v Ferrari, 92%. There aren't many good car movies based on real-life stories. However, last year we were lucky to get Ford v Ferrari. The film reminded us of Rush, another recent car-themed biopic. It's hard to tell which of the 2 films is superior. Surprisingly, Rush was snubbed by the Academy a few years ago, despite being nearly flawless. While Rush was about the rivalry of Formula One legend James Hunt and Niki Lauda, Ford v Ferrari follows skilled auto engineer Carroll Shelby and the daredevil racing driver Ken Miles as they team up to build a race car for Henry Ford III. The trio hopes to end Ferrari's dominance at the 1966 Le Mans. Little Woman, 95%. When it comes to Oscars, Meryl Streep is never missing in action. Here, she's only a supporting character, but she's there, nevertheless. No Best Supporting Actress nomination, no problem. When Little Woman gets announced as the winner, she's gonna walk to the stage with everyone else. Meryl is simply a legend. But enough about Meryl. Little Woman mainly revolves around Jo March and her complicated relationships with the family and associates. Apart from Best Picture, it received 5 other Academy Awards nominations. The American Film Institute also selected it in its top 10 films of the year list. Marriage Story, 95%. Marriage can be difficult, and Marriage Story shows us just how extreme a couple's marital woes can get. In it, an actress and her husband, who's a successful theater director, struggle through a draining divorce that ends up pushing them to their extremes, both emotionally and creatively. Scarlett Johansson has been on fire, and she stars as the actress Charlie. Apart from Best Picture, Marriage Story received 5 other Academy Award nominations for Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, Best Actor, and Best Original Screenplay. The Irishman, 96%. Directed by the legendary Martin Scorsese, The Irishman is about former mob hitman Frank Sheeran and his association with crime boss Russell Bufalino, as well as a controversial workers' union leader Jimmy Hoffa. The film is based on the book I Heard You Paint Houses, which is written as per Frank's own recollections. Frank's story, especially the claim that he killed Hoffa, has been disputed by many, but Scorsese has made it clear that he does not care one bit. Parasite, 99%. There have been many great South Korean movies, but Parasite made history as the first to be nominated for Best Picture. The storyline revolves around 2 families, the Park family, who are wealthy, and the Kim family, who are street smart. The Kims see an opportunity to gain from the parks, so they take it. The Kims start providing various services for the parks, and they are paid handsomely. However, a third party soon appears, threatening to mess up with the perfect relationship between the Kims and the parks. Someone has to do something about it, but who will it be?